It is said that all states and empires, no matter how powerful, eventually fall, but some remain far longer than others. This has given certain rulers the privilege of taking on high regnal numbers, a symbol of their country's longevity and prestige. For example, France had kings like Louis XVI and Charles X, and the papacy can even boast with such high numbers as John XXIII. But there was one man who put them all to shame, and his name was Heinrich LXXII. Born in March of 1797, he would become the ruling prince of a small German state called Reuss-Ebersdorf in 1822. It was located in what is now the state of Thuringia and was one of several partitions of the imperial county of Reuss, dating back to the Middle Ages. By tradition, all male children born into its ruling family were named Heinrich. This was done to honor the Holy Roman Emperor Henry VI, who in the 12th century had given them several estates and greatly increased their power. The name Reuss is believed to date about a century later, when one of the dynasty's rulers married a granddaughter of King Daniel of Ruthenia. This led him to be called Der Reusse, the Ruthenian, and the name then stuck and came to refer to the entire state. But despite the unusual naming convention and the long history of his family, Heinrich XXII's regnal number is deceivingly high. This is because of another tradition particular to the junior line of the House of Reuss, which states that all male family members should be numbered by order of birth within the family in general, and that at the end of every century this number should be reset. In other words, Heinrich XXII didn't get his name because he was preceded by 71 other rulers of the same name, but because there had been 71 other family members called Heinrich within the same century that he was born. If we were to count in a more conventional way then, he would only be the 5th ruler of Reuss-Ebersdorf, and since this county was raised to the status of principality under his father, Heinrich was only the 2nd prince. Furthermore, he later inherited another estate from a relative and combined it with his previous possessions to create the principality of Reuss-Lobenstein-Ebersdorf. This means that you could even call him Heinrich I. On the other hand, if we look at the family system of numeration, Heinrich XXII didn't actually have the highest number and was beaten by Heinrich XXV, born in 1800. He did, however, have the highest number of any reigning monarch. As ruler, Heinrich XXII modernized the administration of his country and introduced a number of reforms which unfortunately were not always received well among the people. An attempt to create a new tax for the establishment of a fire insurance led to a small peasant uprising in 1826, which was suppressed with military force, leading to the deaths of over 10 people. As a result, the press was appalled and the Bundestag demanded an investigation of the case and the punishment of the prince. Heinrich brought further controversy by inviting the Irish dancer and actress Lola Montes to his country. The two soon developed a relationship, but Lola's behavior was considered so scandalous that he was forced to expel her in 1843. When asked to leave the country within 24 hours, Lola is said to have replied that, given the size of the principality, she only needed 10 minutes. Heinrich XXII abdicated in 1848 due to the civil unrest that spread through Germany and the rest of Europe that year. Being the last of his branch of the family, his principality passed to the Prince of Reuss-Schleiz, thereby unifying the lands of the Reuss younger line. He then retired to Göteborg and died unmarried 5 years later. Among his lasting legacy was the invention of a new word, PRINZIPIENREITER, meaning someone who's dogmatic and always sticks to principles.